What's up, guys? This is WoT the Fell-Handed, and this is the Bat Chat. We are on Swamp Encounter Battle. I ran into a fan of mine earlier. He asked why I wasn't in the Bat Chat. I responded to him. I said, "That's funny you say that because I'm in it right now." Moving on, guys, running this board, there are two particular schools of thought. You can run left flank or you can run right flank. I do not recommend the mid because it is extremely easy for you to get caught in a crossfire. What happens is, if one of your greens gets destroyed or decides not to push that corner anymore or what have you, one of the reds can peek around and then boom, he's got shots on you. If he's an autoloader, you're dead, more than likely. If he's a Death Star, you're really dead. So that's why I always recommend left or right flank. Mid is okay, you can make mid work. You just have to keep your head on a swivel if you do it. I'm not downing the people who go mid. If they can go and they make it work, they are far better than I. Putting a shot in the side of this gentleman right here. We have another one loaded in the pipe and he gets destroyed before the gun finishes its cycle. Now this hill is an exceptional place to get shots. You have the height, you have the vision from the other teammates. We are Sixth Sensed. Going to try to put a few rounds in here. I'm not a fan of trading, so that's why I'm extremely cautious. Just trying to get some shots in, trying to track him so possibly some other members can shoot him. And we ended up not really doing a whole lot to him. And that's fine. The game is early, it's very young, and we are trying to go ahead and get some damage early on, which we've done that. We're in a reload state right now. And you know, guys, your tank is essentially useless while you're reloading. And I always say you need to be pushing if you're reloading unless you are actively engaged. I'm kind of deciding in my head, as you can see, if I'm engaged or not. That red over there was really looking on my position, but now it seems like he's not here at all. Sorry, I forgot to mute somebody there early on in the game. And you know, he just kept talking. I'm kind of worried because I can't back up. I can't really maneuver my tank like I would like to, because there's too many in the way. If you'll look, there was an excellent shot of the profile size compared to the heavy tank in front of me. Just to give you an idea how small the Bat Chat is. The profile of this tank, in my opinion, really helps it out in situations where it is a very close shot and it misses because of the small profile of this tank. Just throwing that out there, that's my own particular view on things. We're taking some good shots here on the Death Star. I know about the Death Star's aim time, that's why I wasn't really concerned that he would hit me. He fired, he missed, his Hess shell splashed me. So this is why I say, guys, you need to run other tanks, because if you know their reload time, you know their aim time, it's going to assist you running everything else, because you're not really going to have to be as concerned if you know the ins and outs of their gun more than they do, if that kind of makes sense. Moving on, we're going back up to our spot in the hill. I know there's a tank up here. The gun is almost hot. I have every intention of sending this gentleman back to the garage. He is not looking in my particular direction. And there he goes. Made a rolling clutch shot there, kind of scoped it. Didn't really stop. The reticle was pretty much filled up enough to where I felt pretty confident I could end up removing him from the game with ease. Now, I'm going to advance on these two guys down here to see if I can't farm a little health off of them. I was doing that when I realized someone was creeping up behind me. Not necessarily behind me per se. I'm scoping this guy right now. I'm going to put some rounds on him. Doing very well here. I've got 2 rounds left. Just putting them directly into the side. And you know, guys, that tank is extremely OP. The side armor, however, is not. So if you're going to be running up on your enemy, use the front of the tank. Granted, in his position, he could not have done that because he was coming up over the hill, just saw me, took a round, and then I somehow ended up locking him down. Moving on. I decided to go ahead and peel away from the two on the left. I had a bad feeling that if I engaged those guys, it wouldn't work well for me. I decided to go ahead and make a run on the clickers, which turned out to be an excellent move. Because if you know me, you know I am not a fan of clickers at all. Well, that's not entirely true. I do like Spartan Elite. He's a good guy. The rest of them, not so much. Moving on. Rolling around their spawn here, looking for the other one. Not having a lot of luck. I have no idea where he's at. So we're just kind of, at this point, rolling around, seeing if we can't locate him. I'm going to check his probable locations. Now, I think this video was made before the new physics came in. Update 3.5. As you can tell, the tank isn't super wonky as it is now. You know, just as far as the rocking back and forth. You might have noticed when I was scoping in, taking shots, moving the tank, things like that. I thought I'd just mention it at this time. These guys over here are just dug in, and I'm going to try to sneak another round in there, and I wasted the round. So I went ahead and pulled a reload, and I kind of think he might be around this corner. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll find out soon enough. You never really want to play with these guys, because if you do, you will get killed most often than not. Because a lot of these guys who play Arty don't just play Arty recreationally, they play it full time, and they know how to shotgun, and they know what's going on. Just like you guys, if you play one class of tank, or you play a certain tank enough times, you know it inside and out, and you're very good with that tank. Anywho, there's only the Arty left on the board, and I cannot for the life of me think where he would go to. But you know what? Soon enough, we're going to find him. Regarding this game, the overall game went very well. We only lost a few tanks. We didn't really get crazy on our losses. You know, some games are just tooth and nail all the way. Some games, your team is in the wrong position. They can't really do anything. Some games, they get out-tanked. And then there are other games where it's a combination of all of these. And it looks like, unfortunately, the red team was on the end of all of these situation. That's all I have for you today, guys. We had a decent game. We got 13 pins, quite a number of kills. We ended up getting 49-28 damage, 13-33 assists. Guys, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you next time.